Listen, beloved, I speak to you with breath that trembles the air around your room, with the warmth that lifts the hairs on your skin, with the clarity you have begged for in the quiet moments when your chest felt tight and your thoughts ran in circles. I am here and I am not leaving you to figure this night alone. You asked for a word that reaches deeper than noise, deeper than the opinions of strangers, deeper than the rumors marched against your name, and I have come to place that word in the center of your heart so that it will keep beating with purpose when everything else grows loud. I am not speaking to your image or your shadow, I am speaking to the true you, the one I formed with care. The one I have watched, the one I have carried through storms you did not even see forming. Hear me completely, I have sent Michael to stand in the threshold. His feet are planted where fear tries to cross. His sword is lifted where confusion tries to creep. He is not a story or a symbol to decorate weak hope, he is my answered command, my swift messenger, and his first word to you is urgent and tender: do not play with the time you have been given. He says, I will never talk to you if you skip me now, not to threaten you away from grace, but to show you the edge you are walking when you delay obedience and call it caution, when you call your hesitation wisdom, when you call your fear patience. There is a moment when pretending not to hear becomes choosing not to hear. Do not choose deafness when I am speaking to rescue you. A big tragedy has been planning its entrance. It has been rehearsing lines in other people's mouths. It has been mapping shortcuts through your habits and your routines. It tied its shoes while you were sleeping and it tried the lock on your door with the lies you accepted about your worth. But I saw it long before it saw you. I have arranged interceptions you mistook for inconvenience. I sent delays that made you sigh and roll your eyes and think the world was against you, when in truth I was blocking a road that would have carried you into a wound not easily stitched. I am trying to save your life, not just your breathing body, but the clarity of your mind, the softness of your heart, the innocence of your hope, the clean strength of your future. I am not here to scold, I am here to pull you out of the net that pretended to be a bridge. You have felt the shadows tug at your ankles when you turned off the light and closed your eyes. You have heard the whisper that says, you will always be almost, and I have come to break that sentence mid-breath. You have been circling an old gate as if it is locked, and I am putting the key in your hand right now. Receive this, you are not sentenced to repeat the year you survived. You do not owe loyalty to your pain. You do not need permission to begin again. You do not have to apologize for outgrowing the rooms where your name was mishandled. Your tenderness is not a weakness that must be hidden, it is a river that I, myself, filled, and today I am redirecting it away from dry ground that never intended to bloom for you. Michael stands with a scroll rolled tight in his fist. It is the record of strategies formed against your progress, and it is also the list of counter moves I have already released. You will not always hear the clash, but you will see the results. A text will miss you by minutes and the invitation hidden inside it will fall to the floor. A call will drop and the pressure you felt to please will not be able to climb back up. A meeting will be rescheduled and the net that waited there will have nothing to wrap around. A certain face will grow strangely quiet when you enter the room, and though you will be tempted to wonder what you did wrong, understand this instead: light rearranges the plans of those who prefer shadows. Let me rearrange what will not repent. Do not chase what runs from truth. You have prayed with a voice that broke between syllables and wondered if I recorded the words or the tears. I recorded both. I counted the minutes you waited, not to make a cold ledger of patience but to remind you that none of them were wasted. Even the minutes you called mistake have been repurposed as lumber for the life I am building for you now. Receive this: the time you thought was stolen will be returned to you in clarity. I will give you capacity you have never held before, the ability to act without panic, to rest without guilt, to speak without performing, to love without bleeding yourself dry. When the old hunger of unworthiness knocks, you will recognize its tone and close the door without ceremony. Archangel Michael's warning is stern because your moment is exact. I will never talk to you if you skip me now means this: stop pretending your heart can survive on half answers. Stop scrolling past the sentence that wakes you. Stop swallowing the nudge that saves you. When rescue calls your name, answer it. The instructions you need are simple enough to be obeyed and precise enough to be effective. Gather your scattered attention. Put away conversations whose only harvest is anxiety. Clean the corner of your room where old promises went to sleep. Write the task I have been whispering on a page and begin it before your next excuse arrives. I will breathe on the beginning and the beginning will teach you the rest. There are people whose eyes are kind until truth arrives. Do not be naive with your future. Trust does not mean leaving your doors open while you travel. Love does not mean returning to the fire because it apologizes. Mercy does not mean asking your wounds to prove they were serious. I am not hiding your next chapter inside a person who cannot hold it. I am not sending you back to yesterday to retrieve tomorrow. Walk forward when I tell you forward. Rest when I tell you rest. Close the tab that keeps reopening your doubt. There is an obedience that looks small from far away but turns a nation when practiced daily. Choose it now, and you will see in weeks what months of worry could not produce. The tragedy that planned to break through seeks your agreement. It requires your exhaustion to unlock you, your bitterness to blind you, your distraction to push you into its lane. So I cancel the appointment it made. I pull you by the wrist through a door that was not on your blueprint. I send Michael to stand with his back against your exit so that you cannot wander into a rehearsed trap out of habit. The message is not complicated. You are already loved, you are already seen, you are already guarded. The plan is not theoretical. Cut the tie that calls itself normal while it quietly starves your soul. Close the loop that keeps dragging you into rehearsals for pain. Speak the blessing I am putting in your mouth and let it settle where curses once sat like furniture. You ask how to stand, and I tell you, stand by deciding. Decision is the floor under your feet. When you decide to listen, the noise will not know how to keep you. When you decide to forgive, the past will not know how to charge rent. When you decide to build, disappointment will not know how to measure you. When you decide to be honest, manipulation will not know how to feed itself. The enemy is clever with fog, I respond with a lamp that refuses to dim. Take the lamp. Hold it high. It is the word I speak to you now, and it will not flicker when rooms get crowded. You will receive into your hands what you were sure had bypassed you. You will receive into your spirit a steadiness that no headline can shake. You will receive into your house a peace that does not ask permission from chaos. You will receive into your work a clarity that attracts clean help and repels hidden harm. You will receive into your name a new association, not the echo of old mistakes but the resonance of wisdom learned. What arrives will arrive without debt attached to your dignity. It will not ask you to spend your self-respect as currency. It will not require you to shrink to be tolerated. It will not turn you into a cheerleader for someone else's contempt. My gifts know your size. You have wondered, why do I feel the urge to move things around? Because I am making room. There are objects in your heart that were once tools but became idols when fear glued them in place. Lay them down. A story that made you feel safe is not the same as truth that makes you free. Let me untie you from the versions of yourself that earned affection by disappearing. I didn't make you to be background wallpaper in your own life. I didn't form your voice to be a ventriloquist for other people's insecurity. I didn't design your future to be rented out by threats. I designed you to be a living room of light, a balcony of courage, a doorway to honest joy. Open the windows. I am filling this place. You call it coincidence when timing aligns in ways too precise to be random. Call it what it is, care. The care I exercise has angles you cannot calculate. If you could see the detours I blocked, you would forgive me for every delay. If you could see the contracts that would have handcuffed your joy, you would bless the no you argued with. If you could see the words that never reached your ears because Michael kept them from crossing the threshold, you would praise the invisible. Trust me now without a courtroom argument. I am not asking you to make an idol of certainty. I am asking you to make a habit of trust. This is the hour for pruning. I will not prune what is still seed. I prune what has overgrown the garden and begun to suffocate what must rise. Some of your relationships were trellises. They helped you reach light when you were tender and learning. Do not hate the trellis when it is time to plant the tree in open ground. Thank it and move forward. Some of your habits were bandages. They kept you from bleeding out when you were injured. Do not worship a bandage when the wound is closed. Remove it and let the skin breathe. This is not abandonment, this is stewardship. What you let go of with obedience will salute you from a distance as you step into what fits. I have watched you carry memories like heavy jars, afraid to set them down in case the room becomes silent. It will not. I have prepared new sound for your life, laughter that does not apologize, music that does not mask grief but turns it into harmony, conversation that does not require survival tactics, prayer that sounds like rest. You will not earn this by performing, you will receive it by listening. And listening looks like small actions that honor the whisper. Go to bed when the whisper says rest. Drink water when the whisper says care for yourself. Ask for help when the whisper says community is a gift. Step back when the whisper says the crowd is not your counsel. These are sacred. Not trivial. You fear being tricked again. You fear rejoicing too early and being embarrassed. You fear your hope will be mocked by those who would rather see you tamed by cynicism. Hear me, hope does not embarrass you when its source is love. I am love. I am not teasing you with pictures I will not paint. I am not dangling futures I will not fund with grace. The shift you sense is not marketing, it is mercy, and it bears fruit you can test, peace that sits where panic sat, clarity that silences bait, courage that makes room for tenderness. Look for these signs and trust them. Michael says this with stern kindness. Stop befriending what breaks you. The trap does not stop being a trap because it is decorated with familiar colors. The lie does not become truth because it offers you a role you know how to act. The battlefield is not home just because you learned the map of pain. He stands between you and the old threshold, his armor bright with fresh command, and he will not move aside while you try to carry yesterday into tomorrow. Drop it. Cry if you must, but drop it. Let the ground keep what it cannot return. Your hands will be needed for better things. There is a door that opens when you speak with honesty about what you desire. You have sometimes prayed as if I dislike your longing, as if I will only bless what you pretend not to want. That is not my way. Bring me your true desires and let me refine them. Strengthen them, filter them, and in time, fulfill them. You want a life that is not always on fire. You want companionship you do not have to decode. You want work that does not drain your soul. You want provision that does not demand your dignity as payment. You want joy that does not fear tomorrow. These are not foolish desires, they are fingerprints of the future I am forming. Align your habits with them and watch the road rise. You will soon notice how certain invitations feel heavy before you even accept them. Notice it and decline. You will soon notice a quiet confidence at certain intersections where you used to tremble. Notice it and proceed. You will soon notice your body relax in rooms where truth is honored. Notice it and stay. I lead you with peace, and peace will point like a compass when many voices try to play shepherd. Return to peace when you feel pulled apart. Speak out loud, yes, with your own mouth, I return to the peace that has been given to me, and you will feel the floor settle under your feet again. The phrase "a big tragedy is coming" has been used to frighten you into reckless choices. Hear the difference. Fear drives you into any door that promises relief. Wisdom walks you to the door I am opening and closes the others without resentment. I am not scaring you, I am informing you. Information that comes from love includes a map. Here is your map for this hour. Wake early enough to speak gratitude before the day stacks its tasks. Choose one action each day that moves your future forward with dignity. Make the call, send the message, complete the step, study the page. Reduce your exposure to voices that profit from your panic. Increase your contact with those who nourish your courage. Keep your word to yourself the way you keep it to others. And when shame tries to rehearse its lines, interrupt it with truth. You are learning quickly, you are growing wisely, you are saying yes to what aligns, you are saying no to what steals. I will place a sign on your path this week. It will be humble and unmistakable. It may look like a small restoration, a returned kindness, a door that opens without you forcing it. A conversation that resolves what had knotted itself tight for months. Do not despise its size. Seeds are sized for planting, not impressing. Plant what I give you and water it with consistency. The harvest you desire is not theater, it is bread. And bread is what nourishes you for the long work of joy. There is someone who speaks my name and wears the mask of care but trades in confusion. You do not have to argue with them. Step out of the market entirely. What they sell does not fit the climate I am moving you into. Let their urgent become silence outside your window. I will teach you to answer only to bells I ring. You will not become hard, you will become precise. Precision is love that refuses counterfeits. Lift your hands now, even if only in your thoughts, and release the last of the resentment you held like insurance. It promised you protection but made you suspicious of joy. Forgiveness does not make the past wise, it makes the future possible. I will handle what you cannot change and turn it into wisdom that does not burn when touched. Your part is to refuse to narrate your life from the wound. Bless the healed place each morning. It will widen. You have asked, will I lose myself if I become strong? No. You will finally recognize yourself. Strength, in my design, gives tenderness a safe house and gives compassion a backbone. Strength does not make you louder than truth, it makes you loyal to it. You will learn to say no without delay and yes without self-betrayal. You will learn to rest without proving you deserve it. You will learn to celebrate without expecting punishment to follow. The cycle is ending. The habit is breaking. The ground is changing color under your feet. Michael lowers his sword, not because the battle is done forever, but because the particular assault against this next step has been scattered. He speaks a final caution and a promise at once: do not skip the whisper that saves you. You know what I have been whispering. Do it. When you do, the weight will shift audibly. You will hear a click inside your spirit like a lock opening. You will feel the tension behind your eyes lift. You will notice that the future no longer looks like a hallway of mirrors but a road with honest trees and a horizon that does not threaten to move away if you approach it. Walk. I delight in the sound of your steady footsteps. I do not need you frantic to bless you. I do not need you dramatic to see you. I do not need you perfect to trust you with peace. I need your yes. It is small and it is everything. Give it now, and keep giving it in the hidden hours when applause is not nearby. I will meet you there with the quiet power that makes flowers split stone and rivers find their ocean. I seal this word in you like seed in good ground. It will not wash away with the next hard rain. It will not be stolen by the first loud lie. It will not rot in the shade of delay. Michael remains on watch at your threshold until your obedience grows into a wall of light around your home. Rest in the safety I provide, rise with the courage I pour, and receive into your life what I have already placed on your path. This is not a trick. This is not a tease. This is love in motion, rescue with a name, clarity that keeps its promise. Do not skip me now. Open what I have opened. Walk through what I have cleared. Live. I am speaking to you now with the weight of heaven behind every syllable, the breath of mercy woven through every line, the fire of protection carried on the wings of my messengers so you will not be swallowed by what hunts you in the dark. Hear me, chosen one. I am not here to frighten you but to awaken you. The winds that rattle your windows are not ordinary winds, they are warnings that time has teeth and the hour is no longer soft. I am stretching my hand to you with a resolve that cannot break. I am not late. I am right here. I am right now. Do not drift. Do not postpone the moment you have been praying for. This is it, Archangel Michael says, I will never talk to you if you skip me now. Those words were permitted to reach you because your hesitation has been opening tiny doors where fear enters and paints false pictures. I am dismantling those pictures. I am tearing down the stage where the enemy rehearsed tragedy and called it your destiny. A big tragedy was planning to come by stealth, like a shadow that knew your footsteps and waited where the streetlights are dim. But I am not leaving you to walk there alone. I sent Michael in armor that does not tarnish, in light that does not dim, to stand in the intersection where your decisions meet the enemy's schemes. This is the intersection. This is the turning. Do not skip. Do not scroll past the rescue I placed at your feet. Lift your eyes. You have felt the tremor in your spirit as if a glass somewhere inside you vibrates before the earthquake. That tremor is not doom, it is the sound of chains loosening. Fear hears the clink of those links and tells you it is danger. But I tell you it is deliverance. Your body has carried tensions that did not belong to you. Your thoughts have been invaded by rehearsals of the worst outcome. Your sleep has been crowded by voices that do not carry my tone. Enough. I strike those voices with silence. I lace your sleep with renewal. I flood your mind with focus. I put a sword in your hand that is not made of steel but of certainty, and I teach you to hold it steady. A big tragedy was drafted in secret rooms of resentment and envy. It wore the face of coincidence, but it was coordinated. It disguised itself as a sudden problem, but it was scripted by those who counted on your tiredness. Their plan was to make you agree with sadness, to make you resign before the gift arrived. To make you give your signature to the enemy's narrative. I forbid it. I cross out your name from any paper where despair tried to sign you in. I expose the handwriting that mimicked your permission and I burn the page. You are not registered for ruin. You are enrolled in restoration. You are not listed under loss. You are catalogued under covenant. I am trying to save your life, not by snatching you from the world but by returning you to yourself, your real self, the version I authored before the scorn and the blame and the disappointments glued labels to your skin. You are not the sum of what you survived, you are the outcome of what I promised. Your lungs were not made for hyperventilating shame. They were shaped to sing. Your spine was not fashioned for stooping beneath lies, it was formed to carry the mantle of clarity and kindness and holy stubbornness. I am not asking you to pretend you are strong, I am making you strong. Strength in you will not be an act, it will be a fact. There are rooms you must leave and conversations you must no longer attend in your imagination. There is a chair with your name on it at a table where you were only invited to be the topic, not the guest. Walk away from that table. Let them eat their own rumors without your presence as seasoning. I am preparing a new table where your name is spoken in honor, not as bait for laughter. I am sending invitations written in favor, stamped in timing that fits your next assignment like skin. The ones who tried to announce your failure will have to watch your endurance become architecture. I am laying beams of discipline, bricks of patience, windows of discernment, and a door that only truth can open. I know the ache you carry that says, "What if I am too late?" You are not too late. For you, today is the first day that yesterday cannot sabotage. For you, this hour is rehearsed in heaven's schedule. For you, even detours are transformed into scenic routes where you collect wisdom you could not have found on the straight road. I redeem lost time by making harvested insight move faster than years. The enemy cannot outpace revelation. When insight blooms, it overtakes wasted seasons like spring conquers winter without negotiation. Your spring is not a mood, it is a decree. You will receive into your hands that which seemed allergic to you. Joy will no longer slip through your fingers like water. Provision will not look for excuses to bypass your address. You will receive into your home the peace that sleeps lightly yet never abandons, the peace that keeps the door locked to panic. You will receive into your account not only money but meaning, for funds without assignment anchor no future and teach no song. I give you provision that carries a mission, resources that come with instruction, supply that does not corrupt your character. You will receive into your name a reputation re-stitched with honor. You will receive into your schedule opportunities that are not booby-trapped by vanity. You will receive into your mind strategies that make confusion obsolete. How will I save you from the tragedy the enemy rehearsed? Brick by brick, whisper by whisper, choice by choice. First, I am separating you from the hurry that always says later while stealing now. Later is the counterfeit of obedience. Now is where miracles report for duty. I am teaching you to say no to distractions that disguise themselves as obligations. The invitation to chaos always arrives marked urgent. You will answer only to what carries my tone. The alarm of fear will ring, but you will not attend. I am installing a new ringtone in your spirit, and its sound is calm authority. Second, I am making the hidden visible. I uncover the friendly face that is a corridor for sabotage. I uncover the tempting shortcut that is a hallway to detours. I uncover the timing that looks open but is actually premature. I uncover the offer wrapped in flattery that wants ownership of your direction. I uncover the old grievance that fuels your current fatigue. See it now. Name it now. Release it now. What you release ceases to command you. Your hands cannot receive if they are clenched around what injured you. Open them. I am not asking you to drop your boundaries. I am asking you to drop your burdens. Boundaries guard, burdens grind. Keep the guard, lose the grind. Third, I am anchoring you in the ordinary so the extraordinary has a place to sit. Make your bed. Drink water. Eat what sustains, not what numbs. Reply to what matters. Silence what gossips. Organize the small so the large does not collapse you. Miracles are not allergic to order, they are attracted to it. When your space is cleared, your spirit hears me more easily. When your schedule is not cluttered, your soul remembers how to be a home for peace. The enemy aims to flood you with little wastes so you have no room for big wonders. I reverse that. I teach you to consecrate minutes so hours bow to purpose. I walk your rooms at night and bless your corners. I stand by your door and write kept over your threshold. I station Michael at the crossroad where confusion once collected tolls from your courage. He will not be silent if you listen. He will not go missing if you remain. He is not an ornament of heaven, he is an instrument of rescue. He does not negotiate with lies, he dismantles them. He does not perform for applause, he obeys. He is not impressed by the noise of your enemies, he is attentive to the sound of your surrender. Surrender is not losing, it is choosing your real strength. You fear the phone call that carries bad news, the envelope that reopens an old wound, the look on a face that says your hope is foolish. But listen, hope is not an emotion in you, hope is a person with you. When I tell you fear not, I am not scolding your nerves, I am inviting your attention. Attention is a door. You have opened it to dread many times, open it to me now. I do not give lectures, I give presence. Presence is the medicine that turns panic into perception. With presence, you will feel the trap and decline the invitation. With presence, you will sense the hour to speak and the hour to be silent. With presence, you will notice the small kindness that I sent as a signal that the night is almost over. You wonder how the tide will turn. Hear me, the tide already received its order. It is moving as I spoke. Even if the beach still looks the same to your eyes. Faith watches the water and does not argue with the moon. I set cycles in creation to remind you that change is not random, it is governed. Your weeping had a watch. Your warfare had a clock. Your winning also has a schedule. The enemy wants you to quit 10 steps before the turn. I am sending you strength not as a feeling but as a sequence, a set of faithful minutes you can keep when you do not feel like it. Keep them and they will keep you. I am not fragile when I hold you. I am not nervous about your future. I am not experimenting with your life. I know the way through this forest because I planted the trees and I number the sparrows that sing above your path. Nothing is random to me, therefore nothing is wasted in you. Even that humiliation you still remember can become a paragraph in a testimony that liberates others. You will not be defined by what you escaped, you will be known by what you embody. You will embody steadiness. You will embody generosity that does not brag. You will embody wisdom that does not wound. You will embody courage that does not bully. This is your new uniform. Your house will not always feel like a battlefield. Your bed will not always feel like a courtroom. Your mornings will not always feel like a debt. I am paying what you could not pay, the toll your heart kept feeding to fear for permission to move. No more. Walk without asking anxiety for approval. Breathe without notifying grief first. Decide without scheduling a meeting with blame. You are permitted to live. Not survive, live. That means laughter is lawful. That means rest is righteous. That means planning without panic is possible. I am the God who rebuilds with gentle hands and fierce patience. The tragedy that attempted to arrive had a map with your routines highlighted. So I am changing your routes. You will take a different street at a different time and run into a conversation that upgrades your year. You will delay 5 minutes and avoid a harm that would have cost months. You will say yes to the invitation that looks small and meet the ally who opens a door without asking for your soul as payment. I orchestrate these turnings quietly because humility is stronger than spectacle. You will call it coincidence, later you will call it protection, eventually you will learn to call it by its name, providence. You asked me for signs. I am not offended by that. Here are mine. The next time you hear your name spoken kindly when you are not in the room, that is a sign. The next time a bill is reduced or forgiven without your explanation, that is a sign. The next time you sense the urge to clean a drawer or a folder and you uncover a document you needed, that is a sign. The next time you are about to send a message fueled by anger and you feel a soft hand lower yours, that is a sign. The next time you dream of a door and wake with a plan, that is a sign. Collect these like stones in your pocket. When fear approaches, touch them and remember, you will receive into your heart a new rhythm. It is slower where you rush, faster where you procrastinate. It paces you to promise. It will make some people uncomfortable because chaos loses control when you keep cadence with peace. Let them misread you. You are not a letter for them to edit. You are a covenant for me to keep. Keep moving. Keep watering the ground I gave you. Keep blessing your own name with the truth I am speaking. You will notice that cravings for old conflicts lose their flavor. You will notice that the need to prove yourself dissolves like salt in a river. You will notice that your face changes when you forgive. The mirror will tell you, the storm passed, and you remained. Archangel Michael says again, I will never talk to you if you skip me now, not as a threat but as clarity. If you refuse the rescue, you consent to the flood. Do not consent to what breaks you. Consent to what builds you. When you choose obedience, angels receive authority to intervene. When you choose cynicism, angels respect your freedom and wait at the door. Choose to open. This opening is practical. Delete the number that always reopens the wound. Decline the gig that compromises your boundaries for applause. Accept the help that humbles you but heals you. Ask for counsel where your pride wanted to guess. Talk to me in the middle of the day, not only at the edge of collapse. Write what you are grateful for tonight and watch how gratitude appoints guardians around your mind. I will not allow what was scripted against you to become the headline of your life. I interrupt the storyline with redemptive edits. I change the setting. I introduce new characters, mentors who are not jealous of your growth, friends who clap even when it is not their song, colleagues who see the gold and ignore the dust. I give you mentors who do not manipulate. I give you friends who do not fashion favor into chains. I give you colleagues who do not make your success their starvation. These are answers to your prayer for my people. They are coming. Recognize them by their fruit, not by their volume. There is still a piece of you that says, what if the tragedy is inevitable and this comfort is just a way to soften the blow? Hear me, tragedy is not sovereign. I am. And I have already acted. You will see evidence soon, but evidence is not the engine, my promise is. Nevertheless, I will be kind to your nerves. Soon means in the realm of your days, not your descendants. You will walk through a doorway that you did not knock on because mercy was knocking for you. You will receive news that changes your posture from defense to design. Your hands will build again without tremor. Your sleep will deepen without dread. Your laughter will return without guilt. Stand up inside your spirit now. Place your hand on your chest and call your courage home. Tell your fear it has no forwarding address. Breathe, not as a performance but as a prayer. With every breath, I write a new sentence in your story, and every sentence is fluent in hope. You are not at the end, you are at an unveiling. The curtain lifts. The light warms your face. The orchestra of routine turns into a chorus of purpose. Walk forward and you will find that the floor appears under your feet the moment you move. That is faith, not jumping into nothing, but stepping into the invisible bridge I already built. I seal you now with protection that does not blink. I surround your home with quiet that cannot be trespassed by torment. I fill your rooms with the fragrance of assurance. I appoint Michael to the gates of your decisions. I instruct favor to recognize your voice when you speak, and integrity to anchor your influence when you are heard. I anoint your head with clarity, it will drip down your shoulders into the work of your hands. Your work will carry the aroma of diligence, not the odor of desperation. Your words will carry the weight of kindness, not the heaviness of complaint. Your plans will carry flexibility without surrendering focus. You will receive into your life relationships that do not drain you to prove you are worthy of love. You will receive into your day solutions that do not demand you become a stranger to yourself. You will receive into your spirit a song that does not end when the room empties. You will receive into your future a harvest that respects the tears you watered it with. And when you look back, you will not say, I made it by luck, you will say, I was led. For you are being led, hand on shoulder, light on path, voice in heart, by the one who knows your true name and defends it with joy. Do not skip this. Open to it completely. Keep these words and practice them in small faithful ways today. Your life is not leaning toward tragedy, it is tilting toward testimony. And you will not just survive. You will stand, you will serve, you will shine. I am with you. I am for you. I am ahead of you, making the crooked straight, the rough smooth, the impossible ordinary. Receive it into your heart. Receive it into your house. Receive it into your hands. Now go forward, protected, provided for, and profoundly loved. ChatGPT said, I speak to you now with a nearness closer than your breath, with a tenderness older than the mountains, with a fire that does not burn you but awakens you. I have called you by name in the quiet hours, and I have watched your eyes search the dark. I have seen how you pretend to be unbothered while your heart runs barefoot across a field of thorns. I have watched people measure you by moments you outgrew long ago. I have watched fear scatter your peace like birds at the clap of a hand. Hear me, I am not far. I am not late. I am not silent. I am the voice you thought you lost, the lamp you thought went out, the door you thought was locked from the other side. I am the one who remembers every promise I spoke over your life. And I am speaking again now, because this is the hour of turning. Archangel Michael stands beside you with a sword that never rusts and a shield that never slips. He has walked the perimeter of your nights, counted the footsteps of accusers, mapped the whispers that tried to draw you away from your purpose. He says to you, and hear him clearly in your spirit, I will never talk to you if you skip me now. A big tragedy is coming your way. I am trying to save your life. Do not hear this as terror, hear it as rescue. The tragedy is not my will for you. The warning is my mercy for you. You have been standing in an intersection, looking left and right, wondering which way brings you home. In the next stretch of road, there is a trap laid with honeyed words and smiling eyes, a net disguised as a necklace. Some invitations look like an open hand but hide a chain around the wrist. Do not step into that car. Do not sign that agreement. Do not return to the house that taught you to hate your own voice. You are not obligated to bleed for those who call your pain overreaction. Michael's hand is on your shoulder now. He will tug you gently when your feet try to move where your heart knows not to go. Honor the tug. Honor the small alarms inside you. They are the bells of your deliverance. I see the things you do not say out loud, the fatigue that feels older than your body, the fear of waiting because waiting has sometimes felt like wasting, the memory that keeps replaying the moment you were not chosen. I do not shame you for this. I am not here to scold you, I am here to lift you. When I warn you, I do not do so as a distant judge but as the Father who has tracked every raindrop that fell on your eyelashes. I have counted your unspoken goodbyes. I have stored the tears you edited away before anyone could notice them. I am here to divide the light from the dark around you, to separate truth from the imitation of truth. And I am sending provision to outrun your shame and a new rhythm to your days that turns panic into prayer and prayer into power. Listen closely. You will receive into your hands what was withheld. You will receive into your house what was delayed. You will receive into your name the papers, permissions, and pathways that were teased in front of you like a joke. You will receive into your account the resources you need to finish what you started with trembling fingers. You will receive into your heart the peace that sleeps even when storms talk loudly, and the joy that does not need perfect circumstances to begin singing. Do not argue with the timing I am arranging. Do not sabotage what I am sending because it does not arrive with the applause you imagined. Some blessings come wrapped in plain paper so that envy cannot identify them. Michael has been intercepting messages that were meant to bend you back into a smaller shape. He has redirected accusations, dismantled gossip, and confused the coordinates of those who track your softness as weakness. He is not merely a warrior at your side, he is a sign to you that heaven has opened an active file in your name. When you hear inside you the urge to pause before you respond, know that Michael is lifting his hand. When you sense a weight in your chest telling you to wait one more hour before you decide, know that he is standing at a threshold you cannot see. If you ignore him now, he will not keep repeating himself forever, not because he is unkind but because I honor your freedom. But I am calling you to choose life. I am calling you to choose the future I have been whispering into your dreams. Do not skip what saves you. There is an exit in this hallway that only opens while you are facing it. Keep facing it. Keep walking. There are 3 doors in front of you. The first looks familiar, lined with faces who promise it will be different this time. But it's the same circle with new shoes. The second is gilded in the opinions of strangers, loud promises, quick highs, no roots. The third looks almost too simple. It is narrow, honest, not dressed in theatrics. Behind it is work that fits you, love that does not punish you for having needs, friends who carry your name carefully. Choose the third. It is the path that heals your nervous system and restores your laughter to its original color. It is the one where I walk closest and where Michael can clear the path without your consent being stolen. You have thought that to be safe you must become small.